Sounds like it's working. Hang on, let's turn that up a little bit more. My controller's getting caught on everything. Lovely. That's what we want, really. Right. I'm sure we can just go. It'll be fine. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is RF1D1 Season 2, Round number 4. We're here at Spain with a capital Pain for the Spanish Grand Prix, here at one of the worst circuits on the planet, aside from Sochi and Shanghai. But we're here just at the end of Q1. We were meant to have Vossier joining. I think he's a little bit late, or later than... He already is late, but later than his lateness. And that means, well, Killer crashed, so he is out of qualifying already. So it just means, well, no one's getting eliminated. No one would have been eliminated anyway. Just awaiting Vossier to join, and then qualifying will actually start in a moment's time. We already have some lovely action between the McLarens. Oh, there we go. Vossier's joined right at the very end. Platinum's actually going to come and finish a lap. He goes P8 with a 1:19.6. Just going to be like getting lap times on the board for everyone here. There is no real panic in trying to get through or anything. That's why you have Zai, P-Benz, Marlon Kanga and Tazonic on Inters, and you have Alfie on a 1:37. And then Cottony didn't even bother going out on track because there's no real need. We will lose Killer. Hopefully Vossier can get a car. I haven't seen him pop up in the names list yet, but hopefully he'll be able to. No Loki this week, it's just me and myself, Bonge. For this week, don't know where Loki is, but he is busy, so I'll try and keep up with as much as I possibly can on my own. 16 drivers. Well, I'm kind of helped by the fact that it is Spain and this track is god-awful for racing. So, I guess that's silver lining of being on my own. Alfie lets Platinum's AI through. There we go. So that's basically a practice session over. We'll be gearing up for actual qualifying now, where we will lose 14 drivers. But Funky is setting the pace by 0.3 of a second over Butler, who's made a return. He's currently reserving. Brando 3rd, Dosser 4th, Stewart 5th, MyStyle 6th, White Meat 7th, And then Platinum 8th, I don't think that's a representative time. And then times that definitely aren't representative is Zai, P-Benz, Marlon, Tazonic and Alfie, 4 of which on intermediates. Cottony not setting a time, and then Killer crashing out, meaning he will be taking no further part in qualifying. So we'll just wait for Q2 to start. Let's have a quick look at the standings. Well, it's fairly obvious who's leading. It's Zai by about 60 million years. Let's have a look. D1 Brazil. Or D1 after Brazil, should I say. So Zai leads by 43 points. Cottony Goblin 2nd. Brando 3rd. P-Benz 4th. Legacy 5th. Tazonic 6th. Vossier 7th. Pink 8th. Alfie down in 9th. Stewart 10th. Mercs 11th. Funky Cactus 12th. Killer 13th. Taz 14th. My Style 15th, Marlon 16th, Tough to White Meat 17th, TK 18th, Dosser 19th, and Saxman rounding out the grid, who's yet to race this season. And then we've got the reserves of Platinum, Raticus, and Butler. Red Bull comfortably lead the Constructors' title over Ferrari, Williams, Alpine, AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, McLaren, Mercedes and Haas, because realism down at the bottom. Oh, there are some major flames going on in Chateau right now. It's just Alfie and Brando killing each other. I just need Vossier to leave the session because it is kind of glitching out qualifying. So there we go. Well, Vossier will be starting P16 then. It looks like he didn't make it in for qualifying. He was incredibly late, so he missed his window. So 14 drivers will be battling out. Only 4 will be eliminated. I'm going to say, if I'm going to have to guess who, I'm going to say White Meat, Marlon Kanga, I don't really know other than that, to be fair. It's kind of hard to think of 2 slam dunk people. I don't think it'll be My Style. I don't think it'll be Cottony. He might be on the edge. Stewart might be on the edge. P-Benz will be on the edge. Dosser will be on the edge. Taz might even be on the edge, but then again, he did look fast in Q1. So the game is having a bit of a hissy fit. It was saying everyone was on soft. Oh, there we go. Dosser and Alfie have both retired, so that's already 2 people. So there you go. There's your other 2 eliminated. It's the McLarens. It's Dosser and Alfie. So we'll only be losing 2 actual people this qualifying session. So I'm going to stick with my initial 2 guesses and say White Meat and Marlon. No disrespect to either of them, it's just, I don't know, I can't really pick out anyone else, really. It's, they're just the kind of names that spring to mind. You kind of think of Q2 eliminations, or being in the kind of bottom-ish part of qualifying. These cameras are so bad. Everything about this track is just horrendous. I'd love to meet the person that designed it so I can stab them in the face with a stick. But we'll ride on board with a lap then for My Style, coming over the start-finish straight now in 8th gear, over 300 kilometers an hour. Not quite at the top of the rev range, running high downforce I'd imagine. Turn 1, braking just about 50 odd meters. Swoop it into turn 2, avoid the curb now through turn 3. Slight lift on this game. It used to be flat, but the only way you can really take it flat now is by running 11-11 wings. 21-9 first sector. Turn 4. Mustard ran it in a little bit deep and it kind of affected his line. Now through turn 5, you want to take a late apex here, set up your run for turn 6 and 7. Well, 7 and 8 technically, because that little kink is apparently a corner. MyStar does the 7 and 8 nicely. Now through the blind right at turn 9. One of the other corners is very easy to lose the car, as I found out probably about 60 million times in D2. MyStar takes the hairpin very nicely, braking about 70 odd metres. That bump was supposedly removed, but they've decided to re-add it because Codemasters. And now into the worst part of the Formula 1 calendar, this god-awful chicane. Chuck it in. Avoid the curbs, otherwise you will be sent to the Shadow Realm. Around the last corner now, across the line. 17.7 on the mediums. Good luck there from the AlphaTauri of MyStar. Now the other AlphaTauri is going to finish a lap. Yeah, everyone lifts for that kink, and that's literally what you have to do because it's just dreadful. Like, everything about this track is just awful. P-Bents now, last couple of corners. Is he going to be anywhere near his teammate? About 4/10 off, but it's provisionally an AlphaTauri 1-2. White meat. I don't get the line everyone... White meat's backed off, that's what I was going to say. I don't get the line everyone's taking through turn 3. It's like you stay in like the middle of the track and you just cut to the inside for no reason, and then just like drift back out to the racing line anyway, which just costs you time. But I don't know, maybe these guys are definitely a lot more talented than I am, so maybe they know a trick that I don't. Right, so Marlon Kanga and the Haas will kind of leave the car. Oh, we have Zai. No, that's not Zai, that's Butler, although he's on an out lap, just behind. Let's have a look at chat. F1 Esports is real life. Alfa Romeo and Haas at the bottom. Paperstream, let's go. Haas need to employ Paperstream and Brando. They've already done that in SRL this season. But then Paperstream's decided he wants newer pastures, so now he's gone to Ferrari. So he's gone to the plan. Well, no, L plan is Alonso, but the Master Blan is Ferrari. Is there anything you like about the track? Yes, there is actually one thing I like about the track. The fact that I don't have to do it ever again. With the exception of next season. Like, I don't have to do it this season ever again. Aside from commentating it right now. But even watching it makes me want to go and cream in and fold myself in half. Marlon Kanga up to the line, marginally quicker than P-Bents, but no one quite near my style yet. I'm going to imagine that will change when Butler sets the time. So the Red Bull up to turn 1. Oh, that's a spin, and that's a heavy impact. There's no front wing. That's something that happened a lot in D2, so it looks like it's going to repeat the feat in D1. I think next, well, it's going to be Taz. Vossi has rejoined, but he is not in time to partake in qualifying, as Taz almost bins it in the exact same place that Butler does. That's one of the Aston Martins going through. That's Funky. Whole track is trash. The ultimate Schumacher experience. Even the front straight is trash. Pit entry, pit exit is trash. I think we're all being a bit too nice to this track. I mean, it's not Sochi, right? I'll cut it some slack. It's not Sochi. But I think there are times I would even prefer Sochi over this. Like, I'm only bad at Russia. Well, A, because I hate the circuit, because it's just There's no elevation, it's just boring, it's shit for driving, it's shit for racing. But then I never have a good setup around there either, so maybe if I had a decent setup that might change. My style goes even quicker, he's really taking on life out of those mediums. I don't know if that's a particularly smart thing to do, but fair enough. My own question. But I think this is probably, this track is second worst on my list. Like, I might have to make a list at some point. I'm going to make a dedicated list of, like, in order of tracks I like and hate. And just see how much hate I get, because I'm going to say that I like, you know, certain tracks that everyone finds absolutely appalling. And I'm there like, yeah, I actually quite like this track, you know. Spain is awful, but I hate Monaco more. Get out. Nah, joking. Monaco's a nice looking track, and in the F1 season IRL, but on the game I just can't do it. Monaco, like, this is what I do commend. I do kind of rate Codemasters for. Monaco, well, not this game, they've butchered it. Brando go second. It's actually good to drive. It's one of the tracks they've actually got right. Funky goes to the top of the time sheets with 17-1. Monaco is one of the ones they've kind of got, like, the most right. Every track, I guess barring the new ones, is completely wrong. But Monaco is one of the closer ones. Just with the exception of now that horrendous bump in the swimming pool section that just kills any car that goes over it, so you can't attack the track anymore, which takes away from what that track is. Like, that track is basically F1's... That's F1's real-life time trial, is Monaco, because you don't really change position unless you crash or there's a huge pace deficit from when you're coming from, like, the back of the field to the front. Platinum go second. Ooh, Zai's gone for a spin. Just touched the inside curb. But Monaco, if it weren't for that bump, would be pretty much a perfect circuit. If it wasn't for that horrendous bump at the first part of swimming pool. I still like driving it because of how I set up my car, that the bump doesn't really affect me, but then I just lose so much pace because I have to have the car basically on stilts. They put the DRS in the wrong place at Saudi. Whereabouts is that? Is that little... Well, the straight that you call little that isn't overly little. It's the one before the banked hairpin. I mean, not that that's going to do anything in an actual race. It's just going to be there to give you an extra 10th in time trial. Well, that is horrendous traffic for Butler. And Kanga and I think the Williams there might have been Brando. Was it Brando? No, it was Platinum. I apologise, Brando. Please don't kill me. I didn't mean to accuse you like that. It's after the bank. There isn't one after the bank corner. Because that's just a curve. That's like a load of... It's like a curve section, then you have a braking point that's actually really entertaining. And then it kind of just levels back out and kind of just wiggles. Oh no, I haven't driven Sochi in a few days. Not Sochi, I don't like Sochi at all. Zai finally goes P1 by 0.2 of a second. Butler is about 0.2 up on his time. It's where it's supposed to be, apparently. Oh, I don't know. Well, I've honestly given up on the F1 games, mate. It's like, I give up on these games. They're so bad now. Like, I've done it for too long. It's boring. I would happily just sit and commentate both divisions for the rest of the season, in all honesty. Like, I'd even drop my SRL seat and just commentate that as well. Like, I'm honestly sick of driving these cars. and driving these games. They're so fucking boring. Saudi got snipers at the banked hairpin. Yes. I guarantee you Lewis Hamilton is prime target #1 purely because of his rainbow helmet. He's going to get assassinated. Butler goes third on a 17-2. But as per usual, no one matching up to Zai. Stewart coming around the last corner now. This is not going to be an improvement by any means, but he might go again. He's on board with Whitemeat then, the only driver left to set a lap time. But currently, drivers at risk. Well, I'd say at risk at the moment is just Marlon. It's basically whoever's in P10. Taz, I would imagine, is going to... Yep, Taz is coming back out on the mediums. At least I'd have someone to help me. No, mate, I wouldn't help you. I'd sack you. I'd do it myself. Whitemeat into the last sector now. I have 10 viewers at the moment. Hello, everyone. You've joined me on my own. As I said at the beginning, Loki's not here. I've basically just been ranting to myself about this game and these tracks being utter shit. But, you know, what can you do? Whitemeat goes 11th. That's not going to be enough. And he doesn't have time to go again, so Whitemeat is out of qualifying. It's just going to now see if Taz can get out and knock Marlon out. So we'll ride on board with the Haas for now. Or we'll watch the Haas, should I say. As a bit of a wiggle from the rear end there. Chucks it into Cern 7 and 8. These cameras are... I'm just going to use onboards. Like, I'll try and use offboards maybe when they're going down the straight, but these are just... ugh. Hitting the apex of the hairpin very nicely there. Rotate the car through. Use as much of the exit curve as you want. Then chuck it into the last chicane. Be careful of those sausage curbs. Oh, that's a huge rear end slide from Marlon there. Is that going to affect him? He goes P8. So Marlon is actually safely through. It's now all going to be about Taz. Can Taz knock P-Bents out? Whitemeat can't improve. Taz is gone. So the answer to that is no. So the two drivers eliminated are Whitemeat and Taz. It's actually quite a shock for Taz. He was looking very fast in Q1. Maybe he should have gone on the softs. I'm not sure. But everyone aside from P-Bents in the top 10 will be starting on mediums. Come on, Taz. Don't tell me you're going to revert. Is it going to start reversing around the entire track? Nice kiss of the wall. There we go. Thank you, Taz. Much appreciated. Fired. I'm not beast. You are now. I'm firing you from your own league. Nikita scoring points next round. You heard it here first. The day Mazepin, the day he scores points, I will admit that the Sochi Autodrome is the best thing to grace this earth. I will make that a public announcement for anyone to see. It'll be on Twitter, it will be in the Discords, it will be everywhere. Alright? That I will say that Sochi is the best track of all time. If Nikita Mazepin ever gets points in his F1 career, that I suspect is only lasting 2 years. Which is this year and probably next. So eliminated was Whitemeat, Taz, Dosser and Alfie. Dosser and Alfie electing not to set lap times. Guess making something more Interesting. Get your speech ready for next Monday. No, I think I'm all right, to be honest. I don't think I have to be perfectly honest. Got more chance of hitting the sum of the snowball than looking at Mazepin and getting points. But here we go then. I think, have we already got some activity in the pits? Yeah, we do. That's Butler coming out immediately. Oh, and I think that's Cottney. No, that's not Cottney. Oh no, that is Cottney, and then there's also a Williams, so Platinum is first out on track then. Mazepin gets fastest lap. Mazepin actually does have a fastest lap. He got it at Spa. And that is actually his. No one took it off him. But you don't get points outside the top 10. So, washed. No, he's scoring 2. So you're saying he's getting P9 next week? If he's getting P9, I'm betting on Mick Schumacher getting a podium, because that's more likely to happen. I'm betting on Mick to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Haas bringing the spicy engine next week. Have they finally graduated from F2 engines? Have they finally got a Formula 1 engine? It's taken them 21 races to get an actual Ferrari engine in the back of it. It's all just been like the 2016 Sauber one or something. Mick going 5th. Nah, Mick's getting P1, mate. I'm calling that. But here we go. On to the actual qualifying session at hand. Platinum is the first to start a lap, so we'll let the car of the Williams run around. We'll do another hot lap, braking turn 1, about 50 metres, chuck the car in nicely. You can use a lot of that curb if you set up the car right, then keeping it flat through here, flat round here, and into turn 4 now. It's a very good first sector from Platinum. Into turn 4, taking the very nice swashy line onto the curb, just letting the car kind of naturally understeer due to the camber of the corner. And now turn 5 gets it done very nicely. A slight lock up though, but that shouldn't cost him too much time. Now into the turn 7 and 8 chicane, takes that very, very nicely indeed. Turn 9, little lift, lovely commitment from Platinum there. And then braking, about 100 metres, slamming on the brakes, slight lock up, but still makes the apex, because locking up makes you faster. Now through the bump, doesn't affect him at all. And then round turn 11, now into turn 12. And then the 13 and 14 chicane. Very nice through there, carried a lot of speed. Now the last corner, just completely flat, up to the line. It's a 16.2 from Platinum. The first lap on the board. Cottney Goblin 16.7. Marlon Kanga across the line 16.9. Butler across the line 16.6. Who's next? My Style is next in the Alpha Tauri. Up to the line, 4th, 16.8 for My Style. No, Zai's on an outlap, so it will be Brando running the George Russell helmet. Up to the last corner now for the Williams. Up to the line. Stays P6, 17.0. I'm sure he's definitely got a lot more time in the tank. Funky will not be next, he's just invalidated. Zai is the only driver left on a lap then, so we'll stay on board then with the championship leader by an absolute country mile as well. Into 7 and 8, takes it very well. Just a slight engine brake and a bit of a lift off the throttle. That's got him through turn number 9 very well. Now into turn 10. And he goes 11 and 12 and 13. And then the 14 and 15 chicane. Takes that very nicely indeed. Turns 16 last corner, up to the line. Not pole. 16.4. So P2 at the moment then for our championship leader. Stewart is invalidated again. Oh, he's got time to go again. I don't know if he is or not. Yeah, he is. The D-rate light isn't on. So through turn 3. I don't get why people take that narrow line. Is that actually quicker? Like, I don't know. I'm not a time trial merchant, so I don't know these things. Like, I mean, there's been times I've seen like people take really weird lines. Oh, I can't remember the corner now. It'll pop back to me eventually, but like, you're supposed to kind of stay to the outside of the track for this corner. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's probably at 90% of the F1 calendar at this point. But they just take like a super tight line for literally no reason. Apparently it gains time. It's like, alright, cool. Sick. Just screw all logic. Oh, Stewart gets on the curb. And that's almost the Aston Martin round. So, runnable P-Bents then. Zai's gone for another lap on the same tyres. That's interesting. It's P-Bents through turn 3. Up to 21.9. Everyone's been doing about 21.9, so very close at least. P-Bents a little bit away from the apex there of turn 5, now through this pointless turn 6. Into 7 and 8 chicane, absolutely god-awful for getting warnings. You don't even have to leave the track. P-Bents keeps it in 6th, it's very interesting. Now through turn 9. Now to turn 10, braking hard. Takes the later apex. Now 11 and 12, sweeps it on round. Slightly nibbles the curb, but it hasn't put him off too much by the looks of it. Now through the god-awful chicane, he's clipped the curb, and that's why we call it the god-awful chicane. Zai has invalidated, so he's going back into the pits. Butler is on an out lap, I think, or has he invalidated a lap? I think it'll actually be Funky. Yeah, it'll be Funky next to actually cross the line, and then it'll be Cottony. And, oh, that's a spin for Meister. Oh, he's actually out as well. So that's the AlphaTaurus qualifying session over. Funky Cactus coming up to the line now. This is going to be a good lap. 16.2, pole position by half a tenth. Great lap there from Funky. Marlon Kanga will be the next driver to cross the line. Haas gets not a Haas. The Williams gets well out of the way of the Haas. The other way around. Oh, over the bump. Unsettles the car. Haas having literally no downforce. That's pretty realistic. So ride on board then with Platinum as he gears up to start another lap. It doesn't take the kind of wide line to just build up a little bit more speed. Fair enough. Maybe I don't think it works at this track anyway, so fair enough. It's up to turn 1. I think he broke a little bit earlier this time, but that's going to allow him to carry a bit more speed through the corner. It's a brilliant amount of curb. Turn 3, still completely flat. Up to... He's pretty much matched his PB. He's nibbled the grass. That's going to cost him a lot of time. So into turn 5, bit of a lock-up. Now turn 6, 7 and 8. Chucks the car in. Doesn't take as much entry curb. Fair enough. Or absolute commitment through turn 9. That's right on the limit there. It's 3. hundredths up. He's only got to find about another 2 hundredths in this last sector, and it could be on pole position here. Very nice through turn 12, now through turn 13. Great run there, now 14 and 15. Chucks the car in, avoids the curbs. Straight on the power. 16, the last corner up to the line. 16.0, he's found a 10th. That is provisional pole for the Williams. We have Stewart coming to... Well, we have Brando coming to the end of a lap. Brando goes 4th, 16.5 on the other Williams. Stewart goes 9th on the 17.0. Event still yet to set a lap. But, I think we're approaching the last few runs of this qualifying session now. A pretty decent lap for P-Bent so far. Avoids the bump nicely. Turns the car in. Takes the chicane very nicely. Up to the last corner now. Run up to the line. DRS open. Not enough to elevate him from P10. He does have enough time to go again though, if he wanted to. On board with Brando then. As Brando backs out, so we won't ride on board Brando, we'll ride on board with Butler. Returning for this race. 1/10 up, that's going to be enough to get him pretty much level with his teammate at the moment. Takes the bump very aggressively. Gets away with it. And into the chicane. Or clips the curve, that's going to cost him a bit of time. Still going to complete the lap regardless though. Up to the line. P3, just ahead of his teammate. Brando pits, so Brando cannot do anything else in this qualifying session. Platinum also pits, he thinks he's done enough. P-Bent is on another lap, it's about 10th up, it's going to be enough to elevate him to about P9. Mullen Kanga, 2/10 up. Up to the line now, where's this going to get him? P5 for the Haas. The Courtney's invalidated. P-Bent has gone 9th. Stewart is still on a lap. Zai round the last couple of corners now. Can he deny Platinum pole position? Yes, he can. By 8/100ths of a second. Zai has denied Platinum pole. Unless Funky can do anything about it though. He is... Well, he definitely can't. He's 17 seconds down. So that's qualifying over then. Zai takes pole. In other news, Water's wet. Platinum second. Funky in third. Butler on his debut fourth. Mullen Kanga a very impressive fifth for Haas. Brando in sixth. Courtney Goblin 7th. MyStyle 8th. P-Benson 9th. And Stewart rounds out the top 10. Chateau. Where do I go from here? Forcier. Mazepin got fastest lap when you aren't even supposed to be fast. That just goes to show what kind of a driver he is, really. Mazepin will score points when you get another pole position in SRL, so that's a never. Merc bringing the Spicy Engine 2, going to hit 248 miles an hour. Could you imagine if they're getting like... What was it? It was something ridiculous at Mexico. Bottas got like a top speed of almost like 260 miles an hour because he had DRS, slipstream. And then because of the altitude, you have like Monza levels of straight line speed when you're running Monaco levels of downforce. Brando a hoe if you don't get a podium this race. I fully agree with that statement. Haas VF21 is the greatest F2 car ever produced. Yes. It's that good of an F2 car that it passes for an F1 car. I don't know how, but it just does. While we're on the grid, we might as well, I guess, address the issue. I did see Kieran mention it in chat. Well, address the situation. We did have some rather sad news today. We have lost the former boss of the Williams Formula 1 team. The founder of it is Sir Frank Williams. So it's deeply saddening for the loss of such an iconic Formula 1 figure. He will definitely be missed. Thoughts go out to his family and friends. And then also the entire team. Although it's not under Williams, technically not under Williams ownership anymore, it's still called Williams. At the end of the day, they've still kept the heritage. Have Lorient Capital, which was really nice for them to do. So the Williams name lives on, and they've had a hell of a season this season. They had the a double points finish at Hungary. They had George's amazing qualifying lap at Belgium, which got him a P2 because of whatever that race was. And then George got points another couple of times, which I think was at Monza and Russia. I believe he got another couple of points finishes. I wonder if we'll see the Williams get some more points in the last closing 2 races at Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi, which would be really nice to see. But I think they've pretty much secured P8 unless Alfa Romeo do an absolute madness and decide to get like a podium. But I don't think Alfa are going to beat them this season. I think Williams have pretty much secured 9th or 8th in these standings. So, starting this race, let's have a look at the tyres, not the position change. There we go. Beautiful. I don't know what to say now. It's like, oh yeah, cool. Mediums for literally everyone. Fair enough, I suppose. No one going for a kind of alternate strat. No one gonna be brave and, you know, start on the softs or start on the hards. Although the hards take forever to get warmed up and they're very slippy, and the softs die after all of a pull away from the lights. So mediums, I guess, are the best way to go. Probably going to see everyone one stop anyway, unless there's safety cars. With 16 drivers on the grid, it is a possibility. I guess just as a small note, just in case anyone did wonder, as Vossier joined late, he is in the Mercedes, but his points will still count towards Alpine, as that is the car he is in. Everyone doing the paper stream strat. Was the paper stream strat is use hards like 4 seconds into the race, and they're all using medium. So unless people pit on the formation lap for a set of hards, then I guess everyone will end up on the hards regardless. But that's just because the hards are the race tyre around here. There's the mediums and the hards. Like, there's literally no other point in using the softs outside of qualifying, unless you want an express ticket to see Jesus. I went hards off the line, 21 laps. I mean, fair enough, to be fair. It's like, might as well go for the unorthodox strat. Just see where it gets you. Just waiting for that Alfa Romeo of Killer to form up on the grid. Right, so here we go then. 33 laps of the most boring track on the calendar away. It's lights out and away we go. It's a pretty good start from Zai. Platinum's got a pretty good start as well. There's already a car in the on the grass. I think that's my start. Going backwards, Vossier's had an amazing start. That's Marlon Kanga looking up to 3rd position, but I think he might have almost just been spun by the Red Bull of Butler there. I'm not too sure. Brando's off the track. He's lost a fair few positions. MyStyle is out already. I don't know if he was spun, and that's a safety car, lap 1. It's well, that was an amazing race. Good, lovely stuff. Safety car immediately out, and I think I've seen a spot of rain somewhere on the track. I'm not sure. Like, there's a tiny speck of water on one of the apexes, so we're gonna need a red flag, I'm afraid. You know, it's way too wet to carry on this race. But I don't think anyone's going to bother pitting. There's literally no point. It's lap 1, everyone's on mediums. There is no point in pitting. This is what annoys me, that it doesn't say the highest percentage rather than like laps. That needs to be a thing for F1. Like, they need to really sort out the spectator thing to be a lot more like real life. You know, you need like the bullshit AWS graphics that mean literally nothing. You need, you know, you just need percentage rather than lap. Because it's easy to see, oh yeah, they've done about 16 laps on these hards. But what percentage are they at? Alfie and Vossier have come into the pits. Vossier for another set of mediums, Alfie the same. That is one of the most pointless pit stops I think I've ever seen in my entire life, but fair enough. I'll have to wait and see what happens with those two then. But let's have a quick look at the position indicators. Everyone's on mediums. So the biggest winner is SLR, sorry. Dosser, 5 positions gained. Tazonix gained 3, Killers gained 3, Voss has gained 2. Vossier has gained 2, Marlon Kanga's gained 1. Biggest loser is, well, my style, he's out. But the biggest loser still in the race, I guess you could say, is P-Bents and Whitemeat, who have both lost 2. Butler's also lost 1 position. But everyone else staying where they started. Hopefully, well, the safety car won't be in this lap, it'll probably be in the next lap, so lap 3 we'll be able to be racing, but that means we've got to wait till lap 6 for DRS. Brando pit for hards to the end. Paper stream strap book. Calls for hards now. Is that like page 1, chapter 1? If there's a safety car lap 1, like that's you know, like the 10, I don't know what they're called. What are they called? The 10 things that were written on stone by a man with a really big beard that people think exist. What are they called? But whatever they are, literally the first one, if there's a safety car lap 1, you must pit for hards. It's like the front page of the Bible. Like, if you don't know this stuff, you know, you're not exactly doing it right, I'm afraid. They had damage, I think. I mean, if they have damage, then I suppose fair enough. But even with damage, if you're that far back, you might as... I guess that's just me. You might just go for something different. Go for, like, a set of hards and kind of get that out of the way. Because then you could literally pit again for mediums if you wanted to. Like, pretty much straight away. Or, like, if there's another safety car. But then you've used your mandatory tyre. Because you would have had time to make 2 pit stops under safety car. Because you pit, you know, to get your front wing replaced, to get your new tyres, and you catch up to the back of the field. And then if you chuck on like the softs or the hards, and then you go back round and then go on to the set of mediums again, you just finesse the strategy. And then you still have 2 fresh sets of mediums. Like theoretically, where you have one kind of slightly worn in set of mediums, and then the one on your car. But safety car in this lap, so we'll be ready to go racing again. On lap 4 of 33, so we've still got an amazing 30 laps to go of this racetrack. Zai has decided to go now. He's left a pretty good gap to Platinum, but Platinum's using the toe to get close, but Oh my god, these cameras are shit. Marvin Kanga had a little bit of a look up the inside of Funky there. It's currently sitting in 4th. Really good results. Really good place for the Haas so far. But Butler's on the back of him trying to make a move around the outside of turn 4. We have a yellow flag as white meat round. But, Marvin getting all kinds of out of shape. A little bit eager on the power, but he hasn't spun. He's still kept control of his car. Just lost a little bit of momentum. Running on board with the Red Bull of Butler. Trying to look for a way through. Marvin's looking very slidey at the moment. Maybe didn't have his tyres up to temperature for the safety car restart. Activating his ERS. Butler looked for a move but didn't want to commit to it. Just kind of weaved a little bit. Safety car. Oh, not this again, please. Oh my good god, no. Don't do it. For Butler. I'm just going into the back of Courtney pits, Taz pits, Stewart pits, P-Beds pits, Killer pits. Rossi doesn't, Alfie doesn't, White Meat I'd imagine will. No, he doesn't. Let's have a look. Hards for everyone. No, Taz has decided to go for a set of softs. Interesting plays. Courtney's gone on the hards, Stewart's got... So everyone but Tazonic has gone on the softs. No, everyone but Tazonic has gone on the hards, Taz has gone on the softs. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be incredibly painful because this is going to happen another 4 times. They're going to get to the second sector split and a safety car will come out again. Because this glitch only happens when someone joins in qualifying. Like, if someone joins midway through quali or leaves and it like causes the lobby to kind of crash, or like, you know, where everyone else is readied up but one person who's like, I don't know, it's not giving them an option, like a black screen for them or something. That usually is the culprit behind these safety car glitches. So, might as well sit back, relax, and I don't know, find something better to do because we're going to be here a long time if this carries on. I'm going to stay on board with Taz because I want to see what he does. I want to see if he pits. See if he does the strat. I don't think he will. I don't know, he might not. No, he doesn't. He stays out. Oh, okay. That's interesting from Taz. I didn't expect him to pit for softs. Well, we'll just see how this goes then for him. Thou shalt not finish a race without using hards. Thou shalt not command thy neighbourly softs. That's Bible entry 1-1. Yeah, hello Bonge, how are you? I'm many things, I guess. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm many things. I think we've got a safety car glitch in this D1 race. D2 was an absolute disaster. So I guess while you're here, while you're watching, congrats on your F2 title, mate. Well deserved. Good stuff. Safety car in this lap. Probably won't even bother turning off the engine to because it will come back out in 2 sectors time. Just you wait. Oh, what a shot that is. All the cars just weaving down the straight. Maybe you mean D2. Yes, that's what I did say. I was like, congrats on your D2. You are hopeless. You really are. So we got a safety car glitch for D1. D2 for me was an absolute disaster. And that's why I said congrats on your title. Are you following me now? Runnable with Zai then. He's absolutely gone, but I don't know, he hasn't really dropped platinum. Doesn't go for the move. I think Butler's going for a move on Marlon Kanga down the inside. Bit of contact. Marlon giving his elbows. Dossa around the outside of Butler here. That's someone else going off track. I think that's Alfie. Oh no, that's Vossier going off track. Dossa down the outside. Butler still keeps it in there though. Still side by side. And then you have Brando and Alfie side by side as well. Butler hangs it around the outside of turn 5. Dossa keeps his foot in though. And Dossa keeps or gets the position. Alfie now on the back of the Red Bull. And goes for the move. 3, 2, 1. Safety car now. I told you. Oh, this game is fucking useless. Ah. Keep it up, lads. You've only got to do this another 3 times before the safety car limit is reached. Ah, Apollo's been banned. Oh, there you go. You said F2. I'm so used to, because I'm so used to calling different divisions F1 and F2. That's just kind of how I've done it for the however long I've been league racing. Like, it's either tiers, but even then I was hardly in any leagues that had tiers. It would either just be called F1 or F2. Oh yeah, because you had a would you rather. I kind of just saw it out the corner of my eye. I was going to say, is it like a normal girlfriend or a cat girlfriend? I mean, because it's 5, it's going to be a cat girlfriend. Because, you know, he's into cats. I don't know why, but he is. So, you know, I won't kink shame. Then we have Ronin. Let's go Taz and Funky. Yeah, then we have Apollo getting slapped by Nightbot. Ronin. This is why F1 Esports doesn't run safety car. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about F1 Esports because I'll literally rant for the rest of the race, and I kind of don't want to put you guys through that. 5 Bonch has a cat girl in his attic. I don't even know how to get into my attic. That's like kitty cat. Bruh Bonge. What do you mean, bruh Bonge? I'm literally stating fact that you're addicted to cats in a very unhealthy way. Brando Pits. It's going to be probably a set of hards. We have 8 viewers at the moment. Hello, everyone. I think the most we've had so far is 11. No, mediums for Brando. I would have gone hards, personally, but it's Brando, so I won't question. Esports equals 2 elite for Bonge. I mean, I'm already better in one aspect than every F1 esports driver. I actually have the skill set to do a 100% race. They don't. Zai spun. He has. Zai has absolutely bottled it. That is unbelievable scenes, Jeff. So, is he... What is going on? That's going to get removed. Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, if he goes to the end, he's on hards, he can. So he could go to the end. And then you can get that, and then Zai yeah, they'll get removed, because that is, I mean, this race right now is a piss take. Safety car! I don't know why it's in, it should just stay out, personally. In fact, Zai washed, Zai fraud. Hot garbage. Wow. The absolute hate train for Zai. You know he's just giving everyone a head start and he's just going to be P1 by the time this next safety car comes out. We'll run on board with Zai. See, I kind of want to ride on board with the front. I think I just saw a bit of front wing, and that's why. Dosser and Alfie. That's a spin for Funky as well. Platinum is absolutely gone. Marlon Kanga second, Dosser third. Is Dosser going to go for a move on Marlon Kanga here? No, not quite. Sticks behind him, but the fourth. Taz fifth. Zai is already. There you go. Zai's already up to seventh. He's gained 3 positions off of the safety car restart alone. This is Codemaster's way of a red flag. What, by completely breaking the game? Funky washed fraud. Oh, don't be mean to Funky. Zai nearing the back of his teammate now. I would say will there be team orders, but A, a safety car's about to come out, and B, Zai doesn't need the points. So Butler needs to... The team order is to hold Zai up. 3, 2, 1, safety car. Told you. Oh, this is so dumb. I absolutely hate this. I really do. Well, I apologise for everyone watching this, and then when all the drivers come to watch this back, I do sincerely apologise that you have to A, go through this for the drivers actually having to race this, and B, for you lot having to watch, because this is a joke. Like, Codemasters, you're an absolute farce. Zai onto a set of mediums, also serving as 5-second time penalty, so I think that voids it being removed, but I guess that's kind of what he knows, that's why he's serving it under a safety car, is the smart thing to do. Cat Girl's 100% better than this, and you say you're not addicted, yet you bring them up at every opportunity. I'm surprised you haven't named your league racing cars after them, to be honest. I'm surprised you didn't call your Ferrari Chiara or whatever. Like, I'm surprised you didn't do that, to be perfectly honest. Oh, great. Watch out, Christian Horner is about to complain about rogue marshals. Oh, shit. No. Christian, back in your box. Back in your sex dungeon with Helmut Marko and Max Verstappen. Back in the 50 shades... the 50 shades of Red Bull. 50 shades of Adrian Newey. Oh, cursed. Chiaro not Italian. That sounds like a massive you problem, I can't lie. I mean, if you'd have had the Alpha Tauri or the Red Bull, they do have Japanese engines, so you could have got away with it. I actually didn't put any thought, to be honest. I forgot. I was going to name my cars for my leagues, but then SRL I currently don't have a car, although I'm probably going to pick the Williams for if and when I actually sort out my stuff with work and I can get Mondays off, then I'll probably choose the Williams. So then I'm in the same car twice because, you know, memes. But I haven't actually thought of a name for it yet. I don't honestly care at the moment. Maybe that's something I'll do when I get onto PC, because it'll be like a completely clean slate. Or even like if this ACC thing starts up, like hopefully soon, I suppose. As long as the well, yeah, I mean that would be fun. I'll probably just focus on that, and then the only thing I'll use F1 the only thing I'll use F1 for is career mode. Oh god. Markov washed, Ford washed, Horner washed. Oh my god, this chat is just exploding. Horn garbage. Verstappen goat, psych. Verstappen GF is a snack. I mean, imagine, right? That's twice now that Max Verstappen in his Formula 1 career has got Daniel Kvyat sloppy seconds. He got his seat as a sloppy second, and now he's got his girl. So that is unbelievable scenes, Jeff. But we're away for all of 2 sectors again. Dosser straight on the attacker, Marlon Kanga to the inside. I think it's going to be a pretty easy move unless Marlon decides to fight back in the braking zone, which he does. Side by side, bit of a wheel bang. That is aggressive from Dosser there. He's basically barged him out of the way. Alfie goes around the outside of the Haas as well. That's I think that's pretty much bullying, so I'm gonna march over to Zach Brown's office and smack him in the teeth. Taz looking for a way past Marlon Kanga. He's only really got a straight to make that move. Marlon's got a pretty bad run there. Taz has got a decent one, but it's not going to be enough. He's just got to get a really good run out of this corner, which kind of does. Marlon's going to keep the position, so here we go then, lads. 3, 2, 1. Safety car deployed. Mia super cute. Your car, the Ferrari. Right, I have to go on board with Cottney for this because I want to describe this. So, this car looks like the 2020 Ferrari shat itself in the most literal way possible. That is borderline brown on the rear wing. Like, you can say, oh, it's maroon red. No, it's brown. The Ferrari shat itself because of how shit the car was last season. And now they're shitting themselves again because they're somehow boycotting their way to P3 because McLaren can't, you know, control 2 drivers at once. Because Ricciardo, his smile is too big, so it's limiting the downforce of the car, and Lando Norris is too busy doing things on Twitch. Toto banging the scooter girl. Oh god. I meant the name. I mean, I don't really see how Mia is an Italian name. But I suppose fair enough. There are absolute many penalties going on. I'm just too busy reading chat to look at them. P-Benz has got one, and it hasn't gone away. Has he got like 50 million because it hasn't gone away yet? He's got 10 seconds now. Stewart's got 5. Alfie's got 5. Dosser's got 8. So, Dosser is the only driver on track then that has a penalty. That's, you know, not a 5 second. So that won't be served at a pit stop. See, what everyone could do here, just for the memes, right? I hope a lot of the drivers are watching this. Let this safety car go in as normal, and then we'll do the last one, which will be the one after this. So, anyone on mediums, pit for softs or pit for hards, anything other than the mediums, pit, and then the very next lap, come back into the pits for another set of mediums. And then that's your problem solved. You literally just stay on the mediums the entire race. You basically zero stop. His smile limiting downfall. I mean, I've only seen him not smile once, and that was because Red Bull forgot where they put the tyres. Because they're idiots. They're probably getting them off Max's destroyed car when he didn't have any talent. We're like, yeah, just take them off Max's car. That's the full Andrea Moda experience. We're going to take these broken shit off this car of our actual favourite driver. We're going to put it on yours as sloppy seconds, okay? Because we need to make sure that we reimburse Max for being a complete sloppy second himself. This stream was just disintegrated. Am I going to get killed after this? I'm probably going to get moaned at. Like, I'm trying to keep you lot entertained, alright? Like, I'm trying to keep you lot entertained while we have 6 safety cars in the space of 18 laps. Literally half the race is done under safety car. We're going to hit the... I wonder if we hit the 2-hour limit. Probably. Who currently holds fastest lap? Fastest lap is a 1:26.0. When it should be, what? Probably like an 18, a 19 for these guys. Like a 20. But Platinum has gone. It's the absolute slipstream fest at the moment. Alfie's on the hunt right now. Can't get the move into turn 1, so Platinum holds the lead for now. As Alfie almost goes for a spin. Dossa just behind him. He's understood a bit wide, so it's Marlon Kanga. Courtney Goblin's got a great run on the Haas there. That's going to elevate him up into P4, although that is technically P2 with Alfie and Dossa having penalties. But the Ferrari gets the measure of the Haas. So that's Courtney up into 4th. Taz gets past P-Bents. Brando's on the back. Oh no, he's not quite on the back. But Taz past P-Bents now on the hunt for Stewart. He's not going to get a chance in the moment. Because are you ready? Because I am. 3, 2, 1. Safety car deployed. And there you go. That should be the last one, because we've now hit the 6 safety car limit. Go on then, let's see if any of the top lot take my advice. No, no, no. Yeah, no. Yes. Well, he's pit at least. P-Bent's pit. Brando's pit. Brando's going to win, I'm calling it now. Because Brando's done the million IQ strat. He's going to go onto a set of mediums right now and he's going to go to the end of the race. Just you watch. He's going to do it. It's fine. Horner a hoe. Bondrin. Horner wife. Great. 10 on it. No, that's the... this is the 6th one, so it's the last one. Because there's a 6 safety car limit. So realistically, these drivers are only going to get 13 laps of racing, so it's just going to be a glorified sprint race. Stewart, ooh. So Platinum, Alfie, Dossa, and Stewart have all elected to stay out. And out of all of those, I think Stewart is the only one capable of going to the end. Alfie has pit, but he's just gone straight onto another set of mediums rather than using a set of softs. So the top 3 have really screwed themselves over here. Oh! Platinum. Oh, caught in 4K, my guy. Platinum has spun trying to warm up his tyres. Oh, now we're going to have another traffic jam. Great. Killer and Brando pick up penalties. Marlon Kanga pits. Platinum pits. That's a set of softs. That's going to be interesting. See if you can take those to the end. Marlon Kanga's gone into a fresh set of mediums. Brando tyres 5 lap old already. I think he did. Did he do the first part of the race on these? I think he might have done. He might have done the first part of the race on these, or one of the safety cars on those. So he's just kind of gone back onto them. Codemaster's going to give more SC. I hope they don't, because I don't fancy sitting here watching a safety car train for ages. Plat spinium. Platinum is washed, plat fraud, hot garbage, plat trash. Wow. The absolute bullying in chat. It's fine. Cody's is the real hot garbage. That is true. Bond goat of iRacing F3. I mean, I do want to try the F3 car. I have actually got the F3 car and I have driven it like a couple of times, but then I've got very, very limited experience. So what I'm tempted to do is maybe just make a new account. Like, if I can deactivate my account on the current email address I've got and then just remake it on the same one, so I don't have to make a new email address. But then I do lose all the cars and tracks that I currently own, which is actually a fair few. Just because I bought a lot of them just to kind of test drive them, like especially both the F1 cars, both the LMP1 cars, both the LMP2 cars, and then a couple of the GT3s. But I think I might just make a new account and then, I don't know, kind of go from there. Evidence. I mean, there is literally no evidence because I've only done one race on iRacing. This is just Paperstream predicting the future, you see. Maybe on PC I'll actually have some form of talent in racing and I can actually drive properly, because I'll be driving things with actual physics. But who knows? So after starting pretty much near the back, it's a McLaren 1-2. I wouldn't anticipate for much longer though. Both of them do need to pit again. Catgirl livery. No. Not a chance. It's literally what I said to Funky. I think it's in the... I can't remember what chat it's in now. But we were talking about like endurance racing and something. And like stuff on like iRacing. And we said, yeah, let's make an RF1 endurance team. I was like, yeah, just don't let 5 design the livery because you'll plaster it with catgirls. Get that cursed out of here. But at least now we won't have to see the safety car ever again. So that's something to look forward to, I suppose. So Alfie has gone very early compared to everyone else. Cottony's got a great run here. Is he going to challenge Dosser into turn 1? He's still in the slipstream using his overtake button. Not quite. He has a little look. Zai's got past Stewart already. Oh, Vossier barging his way past Stewart. It was a hefty amount of contact. Stewart's going to lose out to Butler here. I think those 14 lap old hards pretty much destroyed. Really should have pit. Butler down the inside of turn 4. And that's Butler through up into P7. But Courtney. Whoa, going a bit sideways there. But so far, McLaren 1-2 lingers on. It's 20 of 33. Hopefully the racing will actually stay now. If there's another safety car, I swear to Jesus. No, there we go. We've hit the limit. Thank God for that. But Cottony still on the back of these guys. I think he does have the net race lead, because these guys will A, have penalties, and B, have to pit. Alfie sets the new fastest lap of the race, 19.2. So we're actually getting representative lap times now. But this is just going to be one big DRS train, or like one big trolley train until the DRS is activated. Then it'll be a DRS train, because why not? You can never have enough trainage. Well, Vorsier and Butler have hardly any battery. Taz gets past P-Bents. And the battle for 12th. And Funky Cactus has slithered his way back up into P4. What a hero. Corn Funky. But Alfie leads 2 seconds over his teammate. They are on older tyres than the rest of the field. Killer gets past Stewart. Yeah, just about. Ooh, Funky. Courtney didn't get a very good run there, but Funky's had a pretty good one. DRS has now been enabled, but no one can use it at the moment because of the DRS detection point. Funky to the inside of turn 1, breaks very late down the inside of the Ferrari goes. Zeiss getting in on this action as well. But Courtney starting to lose places here a little bit. His tyres are 13 laps old, so they're going to be a lot older than a lot of the people behind him. And championship leader Zai is next to try and make a move on the Ferrari. Position gained. And Vossa up 10 positions is very impressive. Stewart picks up a time penalty. That's really not going to help his chances of getting a decent result this race. That is platinum round. And at the back now, it's very unfortunate for him. Brando and Stewart going into combat. That's Brando round the outside of the Aston Martin up into P9. Right on board with Funky as he is kind of at the, well, actually Dosser is at the head of this train. Alfie just in a world of his own at the moment, pulling away from the rest of the pack. Dosser goes very defensive. He's got no ERS left to play with. Funky's just going to cruise on by. And up he goes into P2. Dosser gets a penalty. And that's his second of the race. And then he's also got his 5-second. Marlon Kenga and Taz. And Taz is round. Waiting until Platinum goes through to rejoin. That's unfortunate for Taz. Lap 23 of 33 of this sprint race. So theoretically it's lap 3 of 13. There's also Ronan pointed out in chat. 13 lappers with the lads. Yes indeed. Oh, Funky picks up a penalty. That's going to be huge for the end of this race. Zai still looking for a way past Courtney here. But Zai just not able to find a way past at the moment. He's going to have DRS though, so as long as he gets a good run into the straight, he should be able to, but Courtney's got a good run. Funky sits fast up the race. 18.9. Zai with DRS, doesn't use any overtake though. Courtney had a little look at the McLaren as well. Zai still Just having to sit behind, that's what this track is. It's just so hard to overtake. But Zai forces Cottony to go a little bit defensive, a little bit wide to leave the door open for him. Looks around the outside. Oh, Butler's out and retired. He's had a spin into the wall. It's going to elevate everyone else up a position. There will not be a safety car because we've already used all 6 of them. But Zai passed Cottony Goblin into 4th place now on the hunt to get past the McLaren of Dosser. Not quite able to now. Oh, Cottony. That was incredibly close, but well avoided there for Cottony to avoid serious contact with Zai there. And Alfie comes into the pits. I'm going to imagine for a set of softs. He's just going to go to the end and just try and recover all the ground he's lost. But he will be pretty much at the back of the field around about P12. There you go, soft tyres on. Zai gets past Dosser around the outside of turn 1. I had the move done well before the braking zone anyway. Funky Cactus currently leads then, 1 lap fresher tyres than Zai, but he does have a penalty. So Vossier goes wide, that's going to be a warning. No penalty yet for Vossier, who is on the back of the McLaren now. Alfie's got to gain 8 seconds just to get onto the back of Platinum. On lap 5 of 13 of the sprint race. But Vossier still trying to find an opportunity to get past the McLaren. Is this going to be it? The McLaren has no ERS. Mercedes has about half a battery. Marlon Kanga could jump a fair bit here because of all the penalties, but then again I think Brando and Killers is going to get removed. So all these results are going to be very, very provisional. Oh, mounting the curb is Dosser and then Vossier as well. He's kind of following his line. As the McLaren pits. So he's going to be round about where his teammate is. Vossier weaving a bit. Trying to break the toe. But Zai's not overly catching Funky. But he doesn't actually have to catch him, he just has to stay within 3 seconds and then not get a penalty himself. But Alfie has already taken about 2nd out of Platinum. So it'll be interesting to see where Alfie actually gets up to by the end of the race. Taz, it's the fastest lap of the race on his new soft tyres. 1:18.5, sorry. Say 1:15, that would be a very impressive lap time. Zai is starting to close the gap a little bit to Funky. Oh, Alfie picks up a time penalty. That is going to end up affecting him. But Funky kind of pulls away in the last sector. Vossier has gone defensive. He's weaving his wheel about a little bit. Cottony not close enough for a move yet though. Killer as well, sitting on a very nice P5, considering he was eliminated at the very beginning of qualifying. But Brando losing the rear end a little bit, but Brando still chasing down Marlon. Not quite close enough for a move though. Let's have a look at Platinum though on Stewart. Platinum close enough to go for a move? No. Oh, P-Bents broke very late. That's put Stewart off massively. It's going to open the door for Platinum, who goes up the inside, up to P9 for the Williams. At the end, can you go through the race director? And do what? go through literally everyone and sort out their penalties. I only have 30 seconds, you know, as soon as like the host presses A or someone presses A, it gives me 30 seconds. And I've got to go through 16 drivers. Platinum makes the move on P-Bents up into P8. Oh, P-Bents tries to outbrake him though, but goes a bit too deep for that to actually work. But that gap at the front, pretty the same. Ooh, Killer gets a time penalty. That might give Marlon a bit of incentive to kind of get the wiggle on. If he gains 1.2 seconds, that would be another position for him. Have a quick look at penalties. Oh no, 8 seconds. Oh no, because that's the one of the 5 seconds that was under safety car. It's just horse wank. But Funky starting to lose a lot of the ground to Zai now. Funky just needs... If Zai gets a penalty, then it'll be fine. But Voss has done very well to get up to P3. It's Killer and Cottony. Killer goes through. Up into P4 ahead of the Ferrari. Just go through incidents. No, alright, okay. I'll go for incidents rather than incidents. It's not driver per driver, it's just see if people serve them. Right. Well, I think the only people that, well, the people that aren't going to serve them is the only one that has one now. So that'll be Stuart, P-Bents, Brando, and Killer. Oh, Kanga's gone! Oh, that's very unfortunate. He's on course to do what Haas can't and score points. That's elevated Alfie into the points. He was on the back of this P-Bent-Stewart battle. Down the inside. Into turn 10 goes the McLaren. It's 3 laps left to go this 13-lap sprint. It's going to be a lot of position changes. So I guess the only real cemented ones are the top 3, which will be Zai, Funky and Vossier. But Alfie just breezes on past P-Bents. Bro, poor Vibey's wanted to see some incidents. Oh, the incidents are absolute class. Don't worry, 5. We'll have a look at all the incidents after the race. It's oh, platinum on Brando. Go on. Go on, Williams boys. Do what I can't and actually finish races. Get them juicy points. Dosser picks up a penalty. Well, that's not going to affect them too much because the next car to him is Taz. Only 3 laps left now. Oh, yeah, this one and then 2 more. Killer gets past Vossier. I think Killer's actually going to get a podium here because just remember, Killer, his penalty should really be getting removed, so Killer should get P3. Bond, stop making fun of me. What? I'm just making fun of your incidents. So Zai is on the back of Funky now. He could make a move. Could be on course to make a move soon. The D-rate lights come on for Funky. He's just checking his ERS. He's got 10% left. Zai is on course to win 4 out of 4 in this D1 season. So he's going to really extend his championship lead. And here we go. He's going to go for the move on track to win. That was a very easy pass for him. Up, back into the lead. Goes Zai. 2 laps remain now. So that's pretty much the front lot done. So, I mean, there's literally nothing else happening. Stuart and P-Benz, here we go. Stuart goes down the inside of P-Benz to turn 1. P-Benz hangs it around the outside though in turn 2. Can't quite get the move fully done though. Whoa. Stuart gives the squeeze on the AlphaTauri, goes down the inside, close to contact, but not quite. Taz pits. I think he's going to try and get fastest lap, but it won't amount to much. He's not in the top 10. These two side by side. Going into well, turn 7 and 8. I'm going to cry myself to sleep in a bit. Okay, you can cry yourself to sleep in a bit looking at the incidents. Yeah, there seems to be an incident on track. They're not calling for a safety car at the minute, just looking out for any loose debris. Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back to green flag. Let's get back to racing speed. Well, Alfie's got past Brando, but hang on. Get the penalties. Come on, Brando, you just need to stay within 3 seconds of Alfie. Just don't lose 2.5 seconds in a lap, and you'll get P7. You absolute hero, you. But it's the last lap now of the 13-lap sprint that we've had. Zai winning. In other news, water's wet. Funky Cactus, though. Great drive from him. Good P2. Where did he start? P3. Okay, so he's gained one position. He's gained a position. It doesn't matter. Killer third. I guess I could him. Oh no, he doesn't. He has a 3-second time penalty. Okay, so Vossier third. Killer will probably end up about 4th. There you go. Zai wins the sprint race here in wherever we are. Vossier jumps up to 3rd. Cockney Goblin 4th. Killer currently 5th. Platinum gets him. Alfie gets fastest lap of the race on the last lap. Brando, unserved penalty. Oh no, Brando should be P7. Okay. P-Benz P9, Stuart P10, Dossa P11, and then Taz will be coming home a very lonely P12. Right, what I'll do while we wait for Taz. Here you go, 5. I'll look at the incidents for you. Hang on, they'll all be at the bottom. Holy shit. Oh, there we go. So, Killer, Brando, Stuart, and P-Benz all had 5-second unserved penalties. So those 4, I guess, are the ones that are going to get removed. But that won't change the top 3, so that's fine. So there you go, 5. You happy with the incidents now? There you go. Taz crosses the line to round out this 13-lap sprint race. Hey you, hiya, emotional damage. That's probably what everyone's got this race, because we had that safety car. You know, do you remember back to Baku and SRL where there were like 6 safety cars in a row? That's what we've had here today for the first 20 laps of the race. Zydrad throwing F1 2020 in the bin where it belongs. Thank also, and also fuck you. I mean, no. It's okay, 5. You might get bullied, but you are the king of D2. Understandable. Have a great day. Yeah, so Alfie... Well, actually, no one gets the fastest lap point, because Taz took it. Yes, Taz! You absolute hero, you. Took the fastest lap off Alfie. But there you go. Zai wins, Funky Cactus second, Vossier third. Cockney Goblin 4th, Platinum 5th, Killer 6th, Alfie 7th, Brando 8th, P-Bence 9th, and Stuart rounds out the top 10. Dosser, Tazonic, the last 2 of the finishers, and then Marlon Kanga, Butler, Whitemeat, and Meister are the 4 failed to finish this D1 race. So let's get everyone in. Zai. That's Funky. That's Vossier. Hello. Right, we'll just wait for Vossier to join. Do you guys have the option to include your audio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Just thought I'd double check. Great having to actually check that. Right. I have invited Vossier. I have no idea if he's joining. I suppose we can always start without him. So that has been the 13-lap sprint of the Spanish GP for D1. You have Zai winning for the 4th week in a row, Funky Cactus P2, and then Vossier P3. So we'll start off with Zai. Not a whole lot really happened, I guess. When the racing actually got going, you were kind of down in the midfield, but you're on like fresh mediums. So you cut your way through the field, back up at the top. Just got funky in the last 3 or 4 laps, and then just business as normal. Back to you in P1. So to give a bit of an overlook of your weekend.
A bit of a down, really. The quality obviously went as good as can be. Yeah, mid safety car. Obviously, I was trying to burn fuel, and I thought to myself, "Oh yeah, what if I shift gear full throttle round a corner? Yeah, good one." So I gave myself rear wing damage. That was great.
Oof.
It was unbearable during like the opening laps with like cold tyres, like couldn't do corners, etc. But once my tyres warmed up, it was a lot more manageable, and it was just kind of just absolutely sending it through everything, and it eventually worked out. But yeah, I'm happy, and I definitely worked for it.
Yeah, well done on your 4th win in a row, leading by a long way now.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well done to
Over
Funky
50 points.
for spinning and managing to recover back to 2nd, and Vossier from going from like basically last to the podium. So fair play.
Yeah, so speaking of Funky, we'll move on to the P2 man. Yeah, I mean, great recovery from yourself. Had that spin, but didn't let it cloud your race, so came away with a P2. I was rooting for you for the win because I wanted someone other than Zai to win a race, but oh well. I mean, still, P2 is nothing to be snuffed at, so congratulations to that. Gives a bit of an overview of your weekend.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, man. After the safety car, I hit the rear barrier, and I picked up a really small amount of rear wing damage. So after I put in the mediums, everyone pit, all the safety cars went through. It was mostly just like stay on pace. I unfortunately picked up a penalty, but it was inevitable that Zai was gonna get through, so there was nothing too big there. Yeah, overall, quite a clean race, a clean recovery, and congratulations to Vossier on his podium as well.
Yeah, we'll have 2 Canadians on the podium, so that's always good.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations on your P2. So
Thank you.
now the last man is the man that went from last to 3rd. So
Yes,
Vossier, well done.
thank you.
For the absolute biblical scenes of the 4-stop strategy, absolutely playing wonders. Yeah, I guess I just missed out on qualifying. Just a bit late to the party, but still arrived in rather spectacular fashion and left with a podium. So well done. Give us a bit of an overview of your weekend.
Well, to be honest, it was quite boring actually. The first half the race was all safety cars, so I was almost falling asleep, but it kept me alive seeing 4 people in front of me spin, just back to back. So that's probably one way I was making places. And then when we finally had the 6th one, I think the restart was important. And then people were still spinning on those curbs. I don't know how I didn't a few times, but I'll take it, I guess. But yeah, now what should I say?
Well, yeah. Congratulations anyway.
Thank
on
you.
a P3 finish. So that's going to be a good haul of points for Alpine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it then.
On to the next
I
one.
would say this is where I'd usually hand over to Loki at this point, but I've been alone, so it's quite sad.
Yeah,
I don't
alone
have
for
a
a boring
Loki.
race.
Yeah, but that's alright. So yeah, congratulations again, and then to the top 3 as well: Zai, Funky, and then Vossier 3rd. So that has been effectively a sprint race, as I've been kind of cracking jokes at for the past 14 laps. Just a sprint race of Spain. We'll be back next week at 7 PM British time for round number 5 of 12. Will be the United States Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas. So 7 PM D2, 9 PM D1. So look forward to seeing you next week, where we will resume the action at almost the halfway stage. Thank you and goodbye.